Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Sean Hart, along with Seth Stevens here, co-founder of Post Purchase Pro. We're hanging out with Tim Jordan. Hey Tim, thanks for joining us on the call. And Tim, I just wanted to real quick pick your brain about. I know that you're out and about in our community. You're out there in the industry, meeting people, shaking babies and kissing hands, like you say. And I just wanted to get your take real quick on the importance of building a real customer list, and not just a list of transactions, Tim. I'm talking more a list of real buyers who already know, like, and trust your brand that you can do more business with. Because Seth and I are all about creating a relationship, nurturing the relationship, and then profiting from that relationship. What say you, Tim of House Jordan?
Yeah, when you think about the actual success of selling on e-commerce, I think that you start off with marketplaces. All right, Amazon and Walmart build a ton of infrastructure for us that makes it easy to get started. Best place to get started by far. But all of those customers are still Amazon's. And there's a tremendous value to having that. But long term, you need to start acquiring the customers for yourself. The example that I use is if I get in my car right now and I go over to Walmart and I pick up something off the shelf and I buy it. I'm buying that product, but I'm only Walmart's customer, right? But if I go to a brick and mortar store for that specific brand, then they're acquiring me as a customer. And the only way to use the traffic and the existing sales from a marketplace like Amazon or Walmart to become our customers is to acquire them by putting them in some sort of list or some sort of funnel. That way we can start to, one, become less dependent on that marketplace, right? We're not sitting on that one-legged stool, as I like to say, but also we can increase the lifetime value of that customer. Everybody right now in the marketplace game is talking about how expensive cost per clicks are getting and customer acquisition cost. But if we can follow up with those customers and create an ability to acquire them to resell or to upsell, then that cost per acquisition becomes less and less important because the lifetime value of that customer goes up substantially. And unless we acquire those customers in some sort of list, whether it's through cookies or emails or phone numbers or something, we're kind of hamstrung in our ability to do that.
Yeah, Tim. So what you just described there is what we always talk about at Post Purchase Pro. We talk about using these platforms like Amazon as a profitable customer acquisition channel. And that changes the entire frame in which you approach the business because just like you said, if I can acquire that customer from a third-party channel and then have them in my own ecosystem, in my own database, and then generate traffic on demand, well, yes, I had to spend more on pay-per click, but I have the customer and I can generate more sales ongoing. So what are you seeing out there right now as far as sellers who are winning, approaching the game like the third party platform like Amazon is a customer acquisition channel, but that happens to be profitable?
Yeah, I tell everybody all the time to stop being an Amazon seller and start being a product seller that sells on Amazon. And unless we start thinking of ourselves as product sellers, we're not going to try to acquire those customers. And I'm not saying that Amazon is bad, but if we think about the ability to not just cross sell and upsell specifically on Amazon, but anywhere, or what if it's just building a niche audience, right? If we can find someone that loves pets and we need to launch our next brand for a different type of pet, we've got those audiences. We're not starting from scratch. So eventually what a list acquisition strategy allows us to do is monetize on all of our efforts, whether there's a purchase or not, right? So if we're acquiring people on that list, there's a dollar value to that. So all of this work that we're doing to acquire people on those lists becomes a monetary value for anything else that we want to do. And it essentially allows us to have 500 different verticals that we can go down, right? If one product that we're selling turns out to be a dumpster fire and becomes too competitive, as long as we've acquired those customers, now we have the freedom to basically take that list and take that audience base and move them in any direction that we want to.
This is amazing, Tim. And just so folks know, I did not prod Tim about this. He showed up for this call for something entirely different, but I just wanted to spring it on him. But Tim, in our book, Private Label Millionaire Secrets, Seth and I talk extensively about customer journeys. And I think a lot of these product sellers are so focused on that product that they forget that buyers out there are all on a different journey. So what we advocate for is creating that list, like we talked about, Tim, and then being able to step into that constant stream of revenue as your customer travels down his or her journey. We're all on different journeys, and each sale, each product is a perfect scenario to step in front of the next obvious product that that customer is going to need in the journey. Tim, that is called building a brand, and that is what we're here for. We're not the end all be all for any e-commerce seller, but along with PPC ads, email marketing, and chatbot marketing and SMS marketing. We need to do a little bit of all of these. But Tim, when we own the asset, it's like paying for sponsored ads one time and being able to reap the rewards of that traffic forever without ever paying again. And that's why it's so important. Any last words of advice for list building, Tim?
I think that people need to have patience. When it comes to building a list, it's easy to look after 2 or 3 weeks and say, I'm not getting anything out of this. But remember that we're playing chess, not checkers. And when you're building a long-term sustainable business, it might not seem like immediate wins in 1, 2, or 3 weeks, but you're building a foundation that's going to last you potentially decades. So don't get frustrated. Have some patience. The foundations that you're building now by doing things the right way are going to last a long time.
Tim Jordan from Private Label Legion. Thank you, Tim, for your time.
Yes, sir.